VTubers are some dumb bitches. Now, don't that sound kind of crazy without context? Now, I'm gonna teach y'all a little bit of something about context in this video, and you're gonna understand why did I just come out the blue with that. Because that sounds pretty wild I said that, right? But without context, but if you're taking account of what this title of this video is, if you're taking account what I'm about when it comes to lolly stuff, then you will understand why I said that when you watch this video. 100%. You might even agree and might even say that some VTubers are a bunch of dumb bitches, because they kinda are. And with context, you're about to learn why I said exactly that. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jason564, and my goodness, does people not like to add context for their things? Context is the way of the world. Context is how we learn things. If you don't have context when it comes to things, you are a damn idiot. So yeah, I probably titled this video something probably a bit different than what I'm going to talk about, but I'm gonna make it come full circle. Basically, I was gonna talk about Metamorphosis. I would have it recorded, and I was gonna, go in on that. But when I keep seeing a bunch of YouTubers and people talk about Chibi and Lolly and how they're not a Lolly, but they're, a Chibi or something else, it riles me up. What? No Metamorphosis video? I know, right? F me, I guess. So yeah, pretty much that's the point of this video today. And again, I'm gonna circle around to the main title of this video. So pretty much, yeah, there is some VTubers out there that pretty much are labeling themselves Chibi instead of Lolly, or being like, don't call me a Lolly because that's not what I am. And it's so annoying. It really is, honestly. And the fact that you also have people coming through being like, hey, if they don't want to be called a lolly, don't call them a lolly. That's not what they are. Or even go as far as to be like having content creators to say the same thing. Just like, they might look like one, but they're not a lolly, okay? If that's not what they want to be called, then, you don't have to, then that's just not what they are. Then, bitch, what do we call them? Like, I'm being completely honest right now. People are so set and have this thing against the term and word lolly that they will do anything to get rid of themselves of it. When A, there is nothing wrong with being a lolly VTuber. B, you're using the context in the wrong sense and thinking about it in the wrong sense, so that's also a bad thing. So I'm gonna break down what a chibi is and what a lolly is, and I'm going to try my best to get somebody to learn a damn thing, because everybody acting like a bunch of effing idiots. So pretty much, what a chibi is. A chibi is an over-exaggerated version of a character. Basically, if they have a huge oversized head, or have like literally no really definitive details on their body, like no hands, instead of hands they might have circles or stubs, or maybe have like no feet really, and just have basic looking shoes. That's the type of thing that looks like a chibi. Necroarch is a chibi. If we use this form of Necroarch is a chibi, but then obviously when they turn into this version, then they are not no more a chibi. They are their normal, original adult selves. And that's the big two differences. One has more features than the other, and that's something that people just do not get. And a big good example for this is the Rock Lee spin-off show. Everybody in that show is a chibi character. They are not the Naruto characters that they originally are. Naruto does not look like this. This is what the real Naruto looks like. This is not what the real Rock Lee looks like. This is what Rock Lee looks like. Obviously, chibi is just literally an over-exaggerated version of some character, and just to make them look just a little bit fun and cute. That's literally what they are. Even when it comes to Kakashi, because Kakashi looks like this, but this is what the chibi version of Kakashi looks like in this show. Doesn't mean that he's underage. Doesn't that mean that it doesn't even have anything to do with age when it comes to chibi at all. It's literally just for them to look over exaggerated and look cute. That's all really what comes down to it. Lolly, on the other hand, is not chibi. It is not making their heads look super damn huge like the second Earth. Lolly is literally just a trope. A lot of the times can be used to have undeveloped features of a certain type of person. You know, maybe they have a flat chest or a nice ass. Sometimes they might not have all those features in development. That's what a lolly is. Nothing to do with age either. You know, sometimes people can bring up that it's underage, but what age specifically? There is no age, even in chibi, nor in lolly do they bring up a number, a specific number and a specific age of what a character is. And with lolly, as we established, it can be any damn thing. Tatsumaki, who is 28, it could be, you know, La Brava, which is 20, it could be Tanya, which is who looks, I believe, like 14, but it really is a reincarnated man. So, you know, there's plenty of options when it comes to lolly. Even in an alternate universe where real life is anime, I could be a lolly. It's weird. So yeah, definitely when it comes to lolly, you can kind of do what you want with that because there is no specific, true, definitive thing that you cannot do with it. Chibi, there is a restriction with it. You have to make it an over exaggerated version of a character. You have to make their heads huge. You have to do what is necessary to make them, you know, look cute. Doesn't even matter about the age. Doesn't matter. That does not have a thing when it comes. That's not a thing when it comes to chibi. You know, they are the same thing that they were before. They're just a lot cuter and over exaggerated. That's what chibi really comes down to. Even more definitive, let's talk about Alice real quick. This is what Alice looked like. Lolly, sexy and sweet, nice and fun. You know, but then you also have, you know, the chibi version, which I'm going to consider this the chibi version, where her head is literally rectangular. SpongeBob SquarePants is gonna be jealous. So yeah, this is what her chibi form looks like. This is what her normal lolly form looks like. Two different damn things. And if somebody comes through and be like, well, I don't want to be called a lolly because that's what I really look like. Number one, no, that's not what you really look like. Number two, that's what you want to look like. Number two, you could be 45 years old and you could be a VTuber and you could be literally short just like your character, and that's fine. You're an adult because in real life that's what you are. But in this virtual space in world that we are dealing with here, that is a lolly. That is not an adult. It is a lolly, and it will forever look like one because that is what the model is designed to be. You know, that's what it is. There is no other way to call that. It's not a chibi because you don't have an over exaggerated head or less definitive features on your body. No, that is a lolly right there, and there's no other possible way to put it when it comes to it. So when it comes to people talking about, you know, oh, I'm a chibi or I'm not a lolly, you are a lolly. And I hate when VTubers and people in general just try to take things and then literally make it their own type of thing without even knowing the context or even wanting to learn about the context. It's so dumb and I do not get it. It's literally people, and really more so in VTubers, are really just taking things that the Japanese people have made and then changing it up because they don't like it or that's not good enough. That's literally, you're literally pulling some old white people nonsense. Let me be clear, you're pulling like some nonsense like what Christopher Columbus and them did back in the olden day, back when the Indians used to run the land, when they used to run things here, and then, oh look, European people came and then effed up their territory and yeeted a lot of their people, and then still they don't have any justice. Same way, and then they pretty much, and then, you know, over time, those same Europeans took their culture, and you know, they didn't stop at that. They went to the black people as well, took their culture, and pretty much either changed it or kept some of it as their own. And that like, oh, we always had that. That's always been our thing. When it's clearly not. So pretty much, and what I'm meaning and why I'm bringing it up is because literally VTubers are doing the exact same thing with these two Japanese media. You're literally taking the Japanese culture, changing it in some shape and form just to fit your standard. You cannot change what a lolly really definitively means. You cannot change what a chibi really definitively means. You're just being racist. Stop it. If you are so concerned about being a lolly VTuber or don't want people to, to assume that you're a lolly, then don't make a VTuber model that looks like one, damn it. That's literally what it comes down to. Don't look like a lolly and you won't be treated like one. A lot of times you might get some VTuber that come out be like, oh, I'm actually an adult, but I'm in the lolly's body. A lot of times they're joking, like La Plus Darkness, who recently broke out in Hololive. By the way, she said in her live stream that she's an adult. Don't refer to her as lolly, even though that's clearly a joke. So, you can joke about it, but a lot of times a lot of people do not joke about it. And then when things don't go their way when it comes to them being a lolly VTuber, even though they're not a lolly VTuber in their terms, they want to get mad at people because they're calling them out for what they really and legitimately are. So when anybody say, oh, don't call them a lolly, no, call them that, because that is literally what the hell you are. Unless there is some other magical term that came out of Harry Potter's ass, I don't really see you calling yourself anything else unless you're gonna make up a word, and then you're just being really xenophobic at that point. So that's what my thing is when it comes to it. And also, it just goes again, screwing over the lolly community and showing them that they don't give a damn about you. And then you're gonna get mad when they come after you all with some nonsense. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes when it comes to the lolly community, yes, they can be a little bit much sometimes. They do be witch hunting sometimes. They do have some anti-type of tactics when they do stuff when it comes to go after people. But I feel like after so many years of getting shitted on, I feel like that's actually kind of valid of how they do things. I kind of feel like I understand why they go so far. It's really ridiculous that they keep getting crapped on every single time. Like, it's not that serious when it comes to a lolly character. It's not that serious if someone wants to be a lolly VTuber. You do not need to change yourself. And I know people are gonna bring up, well, just like Neanders when she changed her model. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not the type of person that jumps the gun, much less I am not the type of person that kind of just take people's words at it, even if it is true. Now, I'm gonna be also completely honest, and you might not like what I'm about to say next, but I know a lot of people do hate Neanders and don't really like her. But personally, I'm not one of those people. I don't really know much about Neanders, so I can't really say anything about her, much less do I really want to say anything about her. So, while she might have pissed off a lot of people and things might not have gone the way you want it to when it comes to her, personally, I don't have any type of grudge or anything with Neanders personally, even though, yes, I've seen some stuff and yes, I do have to agree on some of y'all's hate, but personally, I don't hate Neanders. I really don't. I know that sounds weird, but I really just don't, in my personal opinion. But for my personal self, personally, I would like to meet somebody before I make an opinion about them and kind of just judge them on where I am. So personally, before I would even say, yo, F Neanders or something like that, I would like to meet her before I go out and make some type of judgment call when it comes to that. Because sometimes you might say something that you might regret, just being honest. So yeah, when it comes to the lolly community and when people take things out of context and not have context or not know it, and then they try to use it and try to be, cool or something with it, and try to change what they have, I can see why the lolly community get mad. I can see why Japanese people get mad. I can see why VTubers in Japan can get mad at VTubers EN, because a lot of the time they don't know what the hell they're doing. They do not understand the context, and a lot of them probably not even into anime. They probably don't know a damn thing about anime. They just say, oh, cute avatar, I'll try it, and that's pretty much the end of the story. Again, as I said in the lolly video, if you don't know what it is, if you do not have the right context or don't want to learn what it is, don't effing do it. I ain't gonna lie, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to just move on. Like, if you don't know what a lolly is, or you don't want to know, don't get a model that looks like it. Just don't. If someone explains to you, this is what a lolly looks like, and if you still go ahead with it, I'm going to hope that you have context when it comes to it. A lack of context is just a lack of knowledge going through to people, and all it does is just cause more dumbassity among people, and it makes me want to beat someone's ass. No cap, I want to get a steel chair and actually do some damage. But I know that there's some people that don't know better. And I know there's some people that do know, but still ends up being an asshole. So yeah, when it comes to it, Chibi and Lolly are two different effing things. And when it comes to the anime community when it comes to the Lolly community, I understand your rage and hate, and I understand why you keep doing it, and I understand why you want to try to witch hunt people. I get it, 100%. I kind of somewhat agree, because you do got dumbass people that just do not want to learn context, and I absolutely get it. It's ridiculous. It needs to stop. Chibi and Lolly are two different things, and you need context when it comes to things. If you don't want to understand it, or you don't really get it, and you don't want to get it, then F you. Honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of this. I'm sorry I had to go on a bit of a tirade, but I'm tired of people acting really stupid. And if you don't want to deal with stupid ass content, then subscribe to me. We do have some stupid content, but at the same time, it's gonna be something that you'll enjoy and have fun with. At least you'll be a little bit more smarter than you was yesterday, unlike a lot of these VTubers that don't know what the hell a lolly is. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter to talk and like to donate to the channel. Patreon on my personal PayPal is available as well. And also, one more thing, a lolly VTuber can be lewd. Doesn't matter. They can be as lewd as they want. They can be as crude as they want. Does not matter. Don't try to tell a lolly VTuber that they can't be lewd because yes they can. Look at Alice and her sexy cunning. And until then, this is your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.
Baby, say my name as if you got a fucking clue. Always caught up in the moment, not condoning what I do. I've been messing with my chemistry to find the better me. Putting thoughts up on the page in hopes that you could get to me. Been this way since legit, my brain couldn't quit. Running from my issues, roll the pain in a spliff. Fade away every hit. Nobody needed me, too afraid to commit.